Hi guys, this is Jay here with the Trade Table, and today we are going to talk about the yield curve and how it has been affecting the U.S. economy and why it's important and what everything in it really means. So before we get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and here we go. So the yield curve is essentially the measure of the bonds and how much the bonds interest rates are changing. So this is the 3-month bond, the 2-year bond, 5-year, 7-year, 10-year, 20-year, 30-year. And here are the interest rates. And as you can see over time, as we get close to recessions, the yield curve becomes inverted like this. And what does that really mean? What it really means is that the 2-year bond has a higher interest rate than the 30-year bond. Let's say that again. The 2-year bond has a higher interest rate than the 30-year bond, which if you think about it, just doesn't make any logical sense because if I stole my own money away in a bond for 2 years, I should be getting a much lower return than if I put it in the 30-year bond. So, that's part of the reason why when the economy gets like that, that's why people are like, oh my God, there's going to be a recession, things like that. Now, the yield curve can invert and there's not always a recession. You see this, I know the yield curve inverts here. This is March 1st of 2007. It actually took a good 8 to 9 months for the recession to actually start after that. It took almost a full year for the recession to start after that. But essentially, the school of thought is that as the yield curve inverts, because asset prices are becoming more expensive, so this is the government's way of trying to slow down people borrowing this short-term money. They're just trying to slow it down because people are making too much money and it's causing inflation. So when the yield curve gets inverted, school of thought is that the government's gonna raise all of the prices, and then people are gonna buy less stuff, and hence a recession. And then you can see here the interest rate is so close to zero because of the recession that money is basically free. So that's just the school of thought there. Again, the yield curve, it's not a telltale sign of a recession. It happens. This is why people were worried because it began to invert here, and I believe it did invert. Yeah, right there. So that's just the school of thought behind the yield curve, and I just wanted to share that with you guys so that you actually, know what the yield curve is and how it works, and aren't just seeing yield curve inverted, recession is coming. So you can really see what its actual effects are. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time on the trading table.